How you doing today? My name is Gibbs. Welcome. Today I'm going to be playing NovelAi, and I want to show you how I create a solo D&D text adventure. So I'm going to start from scratch. We are on the main NovelAi homepage. First thing, I'm going to create a new story, and this is the first choice that you need to make. You want to make a text adventure, not a storyteller, though you could do it using the storyteller. It is much easier and more towards our form when you create a text adventure. So if we look at the settings here, we have that it is a text adventure. We have the different AI options. We want, obviously, the newest one. It is already set to text adventure. If we go all the way over here, there are different writing preferences. Carefree is just neutral all around. It's not going to do anything special. But you can go through these different settings here to make a more random encounter or more by the book encounter. I like to go with Asper. A few twists here and there. The randomness is a little bit higher. I also like to put the output length all the way to 400 because you can always delete what the AI is saying, but I want as much popping up on the screen when I create it as possible. So back to the story here. This main area right here is going to be where the story is. And first, I want to go into the lore book. So if you take a look at the lore book here, there's a bunch of different things that we can do. I would suggest making one that is me, or I, yourself, right? And this is going to be the name of your character. So let's say my character's name is Peter Gruff, right? My name is Peter Gruff. Now we'll go through. I have superhuman strength. Great. So now what I'm going to do, this is the lore book. There are no keys. So what that means is I need to take the name here. My name is Peter Gruff. Now it knows anytime you type in the words Peter and Gruff into the story, it's going to know this information. But because this is you, I would suggest turning it always on because this text adventure is about you. Let's make something else. I would also suggest making wearing. So then I can put, I am wearing how about I'm wearing a set with a sword of lightning. So we're going to put in the activation key down here, armor, sword, wearing, clothing, all the descriptors that you might put on. I would also suggest that it is always on so that the AI knows that when you are hit in battle that you are wearing armor. I do not wear a helmet. Right, so now it'll know, my head is exposed. Let's make another one. There's another one that I would also suggest, and that would be home, where you live, right? I do not own a home. I am transient. There we go, if I could spell. So now, there we go, no home. And you can come back and update this. This is something that I would not have always on because the AI doesn't always need to know that you are homeless, right? Another one that I would suggest is wealth. And then you can put in right? We could put 0 gold, 5 silver, 5 copper. Great. So now it's going to know anytime you type in wealth or gold or silver or money, copper, that this is how much money you have. You could also type in purse, bag, pocket, right? So anytime these words come up, it's going to know that you have 5 silver, 5 copper in your pocket or your bag or somewhere like that. You could also put in work. Now, let's say that I don't know where I work. Let's say that I want the AI to generate it. So I want it to generate where I work. So let's hit generate, and now the AI is going to generate where I work. So it says that I work at the Federal Bureau of Investigation. That's fine. I will add that to here, work, job. So now anytime that pops up, it's going to know I am Agent 239, and we can add that here. I would also not suggest having this always on because you're not always at work, right? I am always me, and I am always wearing something. You could have wealth on, but you don't have to. So now we have a good base set up here. We want to make sure that it is organized. So I'm going to name this category me. Very good. Oop. Now what I can do is I can add these things to me, what I am wearing. It is me, my wealth, that's for me. Me obviously is going to go into me, home, and that is me. Now let's say, good, now everything that I need to know about myself is in this little folder. Let's say I want to make an enemy. Let's call this Ray Charles. Let's say Ray Charles is my enemy. Let's put person, enemy, and let's have the AI generate somebody that is my enemy, named Ray Charles. Age of magic, powerful individual. Okay, it didn't really make what I'm looking for as in a person, so I'm going to undo, because you can just constantly redo what it's generating. Woman in the room. Okay, I guess Ray Charles is a woman. So we'll put her name in here. No, that's not correct. Ray Charles is a fearsome figure to behold. Tall, pale woman. There we go. Now we're going to add the name in here. Ray Charles, enemy, hostile. Great. So now I have a good setup here. I've got me, I've got Ray Charles, my enemy. Now let's take a look at the story itself. So how do you actually play this game? So we have everything set up. We have all the settings and everything. Let's take a look at this down here. So you can do, or you could say, it's going to change what comes out. And then this is a little icon here that you use to bring up the lore book. So what do I want to do? I'm going to go to work. You go to work. And there you go. It produces, I'm at the Mercedes parking lot. The streets are narrow here. Your Mercedes is parked. So it's kind of blending together real life, because I have the whole Agent 24339 and my whole magic. I'm wearing my ebony armor. So let's say drive to work, encounter someone cutting me off. Drive to work, downtown shops, human scale, people wander in the back. And if I want it to elaborate, I can just click send again, and it'll continue wherever you're going. You honk is your reaction to slow, highway.
Wow! This must be quite the exciting way to travel. Are you hurt?
So this is something called a hype bot. So it's going to give you feedback on your story and let you know tips, or basically hype you up, like, oh, great job with this story. So another thing that we can look at here is the settings. There are these things over here. This is the memory. And then we also have the author's note. So in the memory, let's put, I don't like Ray Charles. Whoops. I don't like Ray Charles. And then in my author's note, I could put Ray Charles is trying to kill me. There we go. Now we have influenced the AI in a way that it should be putting Ray Charles into the story more. So if we go back here, let's continue. So a man pushing a shopping cart in an intersection. So I got in a car crash. So I'm going to say attempt to get out of car. And the AI is pretty good. Like if you make a spelling mistake like this, you can just fix it, but it can figure it out on its own. You awaken, you find yourself trapped in the wrecked Mercedes. Awkward angles. Let's continue to descend. Let's see what else it goes. Rolls onto your back. Pinned to the frame. And now I can influence the AI anymore. Let's see if it will input Ray Charles into this.
Maybe you should take that as a sign that your misfortune has finally turned?
So the Hypebot is talking to me. Now I want to do say, who are you? Let's see if it comes up with Ray Charles. Oh, nope. Now if I didn't want it to do this, I could always hit the undo button. I didn't like that. Creature. I'm Constantine, one of the humans of Earth. Okay, and you could keep redoing it until Ray Charles comes up. Or you could edit it here and say, name is Ray Charles. You're allowed to cheat. This is your story. You can do whatever you want. Try to attempt to stand. If I could spell. So this is the flow of the story now, right? It can produce the story for you. You put in a few inputs and then it will make it with you. Struggle with your arms and feet. They give out. Let's see. And then sometimes it will give you gobbledygook, which you can just delete. You are a giant hand. Like, what is this? So if it starts to give you gobbledygook like that, you could always go back into the settings and change the randomness, right? Like it's given me some super random stuff. And then you can change and add a preset, like changing this up here. So it can be less random, so then it could actually be Ray Charles talking to you. And then as you continue to go through the story, you can add more things to this. Like me, it told me that I drive a Mercedes, though it did just crash. So probably not the first thing that I would be adding. I could add car to it. I could add armor. And I also have a sword, right? You're building up a spider web for the AI to go through and create a story for you. Well, I hope you enjoyed. That is how I set up a text adventure and go through and create wonderful stories. This one was very wacky, but I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoy my stories or you're interested in more stories, you can check out my website. I also post all of my live streams on my YouTube channel, and I stream on Twitch whenever I'm writing. I hope you enjoy and have a nice day.